Alright, what's going on, everyone? Tuning in. So today, um, trying to get my life back on track. Alright, so this is gonna be an episode mainly just around my nutrition goals. So I'm about 195 right now, which in the future I'm gonna try to get down. But in general, I would like to. I'm at about 16% body fat percentage, um, which is, it's fine for what I'm at. I'm not fat, but I'm not skinny. So I got a little bit of chunk on me, which is good for my own purposes. So I'm going to try to stick at about 3,100 calories a day. Plus or minus, I might have to add some because of the activity I'll be doing furthermore, but right now I have, for exercise, a 5 days a week going on a morning run. The morning run should consist of 4 miles, 2 there, 2 back, to a park around me. Whether or not, I haven't been to that park yet, but that's my destination every morning. And then on top of that, I'm gonna have a second workout either in the afternoon or night. And whether that is composed of a hard workout or a light workout, heavy lifting or a lot of reps or whatever it comes down to, that'll be a day by day and that'll be a different episode. But so far, those are the two things that I have every day. So I'm using MyFitnessPal. MyFitnessPal is pretty easy, pretty easy tool to use. It's not much of a, it's not complex to use. You input your, you can input exercises and nutrition and whatnot, and it gives you a lot of good information. I use this for one of my labs for XPhys, so we'll be using this again. So it lets you input the time that you do your exercise. So this will be 6 a.m. How long? See if it's 6 miles per hour. I'm going 2 miles there, 2 miles back. Was that like 40 minutes? A 10-minute mile? Yeah. Hey, good job for me. So that's 500, and then we can add an exercise here. So far I'm just gonna put that in, and then we can go back to food. So for breakfast, there have been a lot of different foods that I've used for breakfast. Mainly what I'm trying to go for breakfast will probably be at about 7 a.m. And I'm trying to get my protein higher. And, I'm a big advocate of trying to keep as many vegetables and clean eating in my diet as possible, keeping cholesterol down, staying away from those types of foods. But at this point, I've begun to care less about not eating as much or not eating at all and just moving towards not eating as much. So as long as I'm within the parameters of which healthy eating is considered, that's what I'll go with. So let's see. Like today I had baked garlic with broccoli and 4 eggs. So let's see where that gets me. So with the 4 eggs, we got a solid 286 calories. Just keep adding some food. This is nice too because you can add in your different foods and then just every day it'll remember the foods that you ate, and you could just input a day or input frequently ate food and whatnot. You can add notes and shit. Pretty good. Alright, so and then on top of that, you can also complete your entry and it'll give you recommendations. So it'll tell you, don't eat. I put in for the 4 eggs, and it's like, don't eat less than 1,000 calories a day. And I was like, damn. Or for women, and less than 1,200 for men. And it's like, alright, cool. It tells you that you need to increase your fiber. You need to meet basic nutrients and whatnot. So I'll add with those 4 eggs. We'll add some broccoli. One cup of what would be steamed broccoli. Along with that, so broccoli's really in there for more nutrition than anything else. We can add some red peppers or whatever peppers it would be. It'd be sweet peppers though. The only thing that kind of sucks is that they give you set parameters or the serving size, which kind of sucks, but we'll add that. And we'll make an omelet every morning. So we got some peppers in there, some broccoli in there, some eggs in there, and we're at 365. So that obviously needs to be higher because I can't leave that as such. So we have some vegetables, we have an egg, some eggs for protein. Let's get some carbs in there. So we'll add, I guess we could always throw this on some whole wheat bread. Obviously toasted, because who the fuck doesn't eat toasted whole wheat bread? So we'll make this into we'll have 2 sandwiches, 4 slices. Add that. Wow, that says that has 0 calories to it. I guess it's all fiber. Interesting. Has a lot of sugar in it, so that'll be good. But then we're gonna add an apple in the morning. Well, right now I have oranges, so we'll eat 1 orange in the morning, medium-sized one. I just don't like going for runs on empty, or I don't like doing anything on an empty stomach. I like to at least have a little something in there. Because right now I'm not trying to lose weight, I'm just trying to slowly gain weight and stay where I'm at and just increase my force, increase strength, increase endurance, but I'm not really trying to lose anything. I went on a whole losing streak, losing a lot of weight, getting my weight down. I was down to, God, I think the lowest I was down to was like 178 or so. And I wish I knew what I was doing back then, because I could have easily had just built off that because I was still not even really that light. So moving on from there, so with the food in the morning, I'm at 427 calories. I could add a protein shake into that. I'm trying to think. We'll see how the rest of this shit goes. Alright, so for lunch, I always go with my potatoes. Potatoes, my fucking favorites. Alright, so we'll go with some baked sweet potatoes. We'll go with 2 of these for lunch, medium size. So we'll bake 2 of those. I don't know what time lunch is gonna be at. It depends on my school schedule, it depends on what I'm doing here. So we'll just add in lunch. Alright, so on top of that, on top of baking 2 sweet potatoes, again, I love my garlic. So I have garlic sauteed. We'll go with kale. We'll go with a full cup of kale. And we'll add that. How do you spell sauteed? There we go. 2 E's. So lunch is really where I would like to get a lot of my calories in, but not too many. You know, I'm probably gonna try for. I mean, right now I'm just at sweet potatoes and kale, and I'm crushing a good 590 with that. So what else can I add to my lunch? Last semester I added tofu as a chicken. So do I want to grill or bake my tofu? Well, let's see what kind of options it gives me. I'm a big fan of that mapo tofu. Not fried, not tofu yogurt. Tofu firm. Sesame tofu, that sounds fucking good. Teriyaki tofu. Thai curry. Let's see if it has mapo tofu. Mapo tofu. Alright. Well, I usually go with firm. Oh god, I got sneezed. Give me a second. Oh god, sorry. So $3 ounces. Fuck, how much is 3 ounces? 1 second. Alright, cool. So according to the tofu that I have in my fridge right now, a serving size is about 3 ounces. So we're gonna have 2 servings of that, and that'll put me about buying 3 of those things a week. So I have my kale with garlic, 2 sweet potatoes, and my tofu. Anything else I would want to add to that? I guess I could pack guac and throw it on if I wanted to, but I'll probably just leave that for later. So right now I'm sitting and I still need 2,514 calories. I guess at that point I could add in a protein shake. So I have right now Oops. I have the Gatorade protein shake. Usually do. They tell you the 1 scoop. I use 2 scoops. Let's fuck them. And that'll give me a good 540 calories for lunch. And then alright, so we're sitting at about there right now. I'm pretty good at where I sit. My protein's kind of high, which isn't bad, but I'm sitting at, I want 184, which is good. If you're like this, you'd weigh 175 pounds in 5 weeks. Yeah, that's fucking it. Alright, so give me a second, I gotta do some math. So, I'm 88.8 kilograms times 1 point, we'll go 6.5. 184 is what I'm looking for. So this put me at 2 grams of protein per day. 2 grams of protein per kilogram per day that needs to consume. Interesting. Time for dinner. So dinner, we have 2,000 calories to make up for dinner, or I can add some snacks in. Alright. Let's see what I can do. So I have eggs, broccoli, peppers, potatoes, kale, tofu, protein shake. So far it seems like a pretty well balanced diet. We'll look at nutrition afterwards though. Damn, let's think of a good dinner idea. What could we do? Alright, so for dinner, we're gonna do something easy. A typical type of Chipotle bowl, rice, chicken, black beans, guac, and really the only thing that I'm trying to figure out is something I could put in for some good vegetables. Did I just spell that right? Oh my god. I just noticed I have there's this Crazy Crafts for Google, I guess. I downloaded their Dragon Ball Z through the Google Play. It shows up for my background whenever I try to go and search anything on their engine. And I put in vegetables with Vegeta in my background. I know it's Vegeta BLES. That just... Sky Toriyama, man. Alright, let's look for some good vegetables that we could throw in. I guess I could throw in tomatoes, if you count that as a fruit or a vegetable. I have a bad time including fruits in my shit. So I usually try to leave that as my my snacks. Snacks can be oranges, apples, just straight up. I usually just throw oranges into slices. Apples I just eat and just throw out. Always have a floss on you if you got apples though. That shit always gets the skin always gets in my teeth, and that does not go away. Carrots are good, especially with hummus. I'm not a huge pretzel guy. My last preceptor was. I'm not. Let's see what WebMD has to say. Cream of the crop. Let's see these motherfucking vegetables. We got beets. We got beets. We got microgreens. We got watercress. We got Swiss chard. We got collard greens. Asparagus. Ooh, asparagus is a good one. We got spinach, we got baby kale, peas, bell peppers, broccoli, and that's it. I don't know what would be a good thing to put in with this. Alright, so take out the tomatoes, put in the salsa, and we'll see where we're at. So put in the black beans. Let's see what we got her. 1 cup of black beans. Wow, that's a big difference. 1 cup of black beans for this is 600 calories, and the half a cup is here is 110. I don't know how that could be such a big difference, but I guess we'll start with a half cup. Actually, let me think. No, we'll start with a full cup. Like fluid ounces. How are you gonna measure black beans in fluid ounces, you fuck? So we got black beans, we got rice. God. I know I'm not supposed to use the white rice. Wild rice, jasmine rice. I know jasmine rice is pretty high in fiber. Wild rice. We'll go with jasmine. Fuck it. We'll go with a cup. Cup of that. Cup of rice. Cup of beans. Is that why I went with a cup of beans? So we're at 360 calories right now. We've got chicken. Ugh, I don't know how the fuck to grill it. I'm horrible at making. This is why I don't eat a lot of meats, because I can't do anything but grill it, and I don't have a grill. Oops. It's nice too, because if you type in like baked chicken, it'll show up a bunch of different things that you could do. Lemon baked chicken. That sounds fucking good. But we'll stick with this. I'll probably go with. We'll go with 5.5 servings of chicken. 5.5 ounces. Sorry. Don't really want to eclipse that, because you know I'm already eating the 4 eggs in the morning. I don't want to eat more than that at night. So we have the chicken, and then we can add guac. I wonder if it just pops up if you just put down guac. Damn, how the fuck? Alright, so we're adding the guac. See, like it pops up and it'll say 1 container. Like, fuck you with your fucking 1 container shit. I don't know what the fuck Aladdin is. Whatever. Definitely not a cup. I guess we'll go with tablespoons. I guess we'll go with, I don't know, like 4. That seems about something I would use. And then the salsa. It says I'm already over something, so we'll tinker with this afterwards. A cup of salsa? No, we'll go with about a half a cup. Nice. So we are way over already on our sodium. We have a lot of sodium coming from the salsa. We have a lot of sodium coming from the chicken, coming from the guac, especially, yeah, a lot coming from the bread, from the eggs, from the Gatorade, protein shake. But we still need more. We're at 150 grams of protein, 350 grams of carbs, 60 grams of fat, and 117 grams of sugar. Let's see if we can add those carrots. I'm gonna go with baby carrots. Just raw baby carrots. Alright, so as snacks we're adding in the carrots, we're adding in what's it called? We're adding in some hummus. We're looking to add something that comes out to 2 ounces. So here we have something that says ounces. We'll go with 2 of that, and we'll add that in. Our sodium is fucking through the roof. And there's honestly, I don't think there's too many ways to really get around that. But I'm only eating 2,500 calories a day. So I've got to add something somewhere. I've got to add to my dinner is really what it comes down to. Because I have the beans, I have some rice, chicken. It looks like I just have to up proportions, I guess. Alright, so looking at what I was really lacking in, I'm lacking overall calories, exceeding sodium, but I'm doing pretty well with staying on track for carbs, proteins, and fats. Although I wanted to increase my fats, so as another snack, I introduced a quarter cup of mixed nuts. So, let's see, let's break out the calculator. Awesome. So I overall Alright, so working off of that, so I have right now 660 grams of carbs, fat, protein, 3 big macros. Working off of that, I have about 60%, I have roughly 60% and roughly 25% carbs and protein, but then my fats are kind of low with just 81 compared to 668, which leaves me at just 12% for my fats. But I think I'm missing a lot with using the olive oil and shit like that. I still have 1,000 calories to make up for, which is rough. I don't know where the fuck I'm gonna get these calories from. Like, I felt like I was already eating a oh, you know what I have to fucking add? Sorry. Excuse me, shit. God, I'm extremely apologetic. My almond milk. So just regular ass almond milk. I don't know what the fuck that means. We'll add about 3/4 of a cup, because I'm using that to make the omelet. that also increases my sodium. My sodium for everything is over 1,000 milligrams, which skyrockets me to about 4,000. But I don't even know how I would get rid of that. A lot comes from the hummus. I mean, a lot comes from that I mean, I could cut almost 1,000 out of my lunch by not taking in that protein shake. And then a lot comes from just 4 slices of whole wheat toast. And the eggs has a decent amount too. But it's a lot from the toast, it's a lot from that protein shake, it's a lot from the salsa. But adding that, fuck man, really doesn't do shit for my overall. I need a lot more fat. And I need to fucking use up the rest of those carbs. Alright, so we're gonna add in an apple as well. So that puts me over my sugar, but I'm not really too concerned about that, because it's barely over. It meets me at my carb recommendation. I'm still short on my protein by about 200, according to what they say, which is about 2 grams per kilogram body weight. It's about 20 below that, so that's about where I want to be at. And then again, it's just, I don't have a lot of fats in my diet. Where I could get these fats is expensive, and I'm trying to do something that's inexpensive. Because even just adding in the guac and the nuts, it's going to cost me a lot more money than I'd really like to. But it still says I'm about 800 calories short. Actually, almost 870 short. What I could do to increase that is a great question, and we'll keep searching for that answer. Alright, so what I did, so we'll kind of update about where we are right now. So for breakfast, we have the omelet of the 4 eggs, 1 cup to the chopped broccoli, we have 85 grams of sweet peppers. We're making that, and then we're putting it on, kind of just going to flip it, cut it in half, throw it on 4 pieces of the whole wheat bread, which we might eventually just take out and because it doesn't give us any calories, and it's super high in sodium. So that might have to come out. We'll have to probably find a different variation we can use for that. The lunch, we have 2 baked potatoes, we have the garlic, we have the tofu, and then we have the protein shake. So with that, the tofu doesn't really give us a whole lot, because it's 140 calories, 4 carbs, 8 fat, 14 protein. So it's good for getting my protein in and not trying to use it's super cheap, super easy to make. So I like the tofu. I just wish it would give me more calories. And then for dinner, we got the cup of black beans, cup of jasmine rice. We got the 5.5 ounces of chicken. We have 4 tablespoons of guac. We have half a cup of salsa. And then I added a red bell pepper. We added some red onion, which does absolutely nothing to our macro sodium and calories. And then I added the vegetable oil that we'll be using to make all of that. I have 1 teaspoon in. I probably end up using more than that, just in general, just because I'm a bit of an idiot and I don't really measure that out. Just kind of pour it on. And then my snacks for the day is an orange, carrots with hummus, mixed nuts, and an apple. The orange will probably go with any one of my meals or whenever I'm trying to just eat, just because I'm bored. But I'm left with meeting my requirements for carbs, being where I want to be at for my protein, being about where I want to be at for my fats. That might go up a little bit just because I'll probably end up using a little bit more. vegetable oil in general, as long as just with this. I'm way over on my sodium, and I'm a little bit over on my sugar. So I end up being 719 calories short, and this is where we're trying to make some boost in our gains. So overall, when I'm looking at this, it looks like a healthy diet. It's not too much of the animal products. A lot is coming from. I wish I could increase the amount of fruits I consume. I'm not a big fruit guy though. I wish I could introduce bananas into my diet. I'm not a huge fan of bananas, and I also don't do smoothies because it takes a while to just it just takes a while to clean the blender or the whatever the NutriBullet shit that I use. It just takes too long. It's just doesn't fit in my day. It's something I don't want to waste time on. So I think what we're gonna attack this bread, this whole wheat bread. It's really fucking us up. It's giving us a lot of sodium, and it's not giving us any calories. It's giving us 52 carbs and 22 sugars, and I think I can get all of that from a different place. Because right now I've only got 388 calories in my breakfast. I've got 1200 in my lunch. I've got 700 in my dinner. I got 500 from snacks. So I'll probably end up. I gotta add a second something to the dinner. So it has to be like this little Chipotle bowl with something on the side. And then I gotta get rid of the whole wheat. So let's give it another second. Alright, so where we're going from here, we're taking out the bread. Fuck that bread. That bread, stupid as fuck. What we're trying to do now is add in fruits. So we could add in, I would go with the grapefruit, because just like I said, I in general need to just get some more in, and I know that I can just stop being a little bitch and just put in some more. So I'm not a huge watermelon fan. Honeydew melons are alright. Could go with some mangoes. Could go with like apricot, peaches, nectarines. So I think I think we'll go with peaches and the melons. I think that's what we'll go with. So let's add that into our breakfast. Add a peach. Medium-sized peach. Add that in for today. And we'll add in that honeydew melon. And we'll add up, as I say, cup. So let's see what that does. That keeps our sodium down. Fuck. Alright, so the honeydew melon has a lot of sodium compared to the peach, which has nothing. They both give me 15 carbs. They both give me about 60 calories. And that bumps up my breakfast to 500, which is probably what I'll be spending in my morning workout. So that alone, I'll have to replenish that 508 grams, 508 kilocalories. I'll have lunch is solid. Lunch I have those 2 potatoes. Lunch I have the kale with garlic, sauteed in garlic. Then I have the baked tofu, and I have the protein shake. Beyond that, my dinner still seems a little weak, and I still have, so I'll have one, two, three, four different fruits. We got carrots and hummus also mixed in there, and then we have the mixed nuts. So right now I'm sitting 31 grams below my fat and protein, 23 grams below my carbs, but we got the remaining amount of calories up, while being able to decrease the amount of carbs that we're putting in, decrease the amount of sodium putting in. My sugar intake is a little high. What's really pushing me up for that is that fucking protein shake, man. That protein shake has me shot with 900 sodium and the 44 grams of sugar. But I'm gonna leave it in there. That's not moving because I bought that and I'm gonna finish it. I'll eventually move on to a different type that'll hopefully be just as cheap and just as effective, or hopefully more effective, not just as, because it's not very effective in helping me out. So with dinner, pretty much we have to find something that can go on the side of a Chipotle bowl that'll do well, that'll be able to give me the protein I need, some fat, and some carbs. So we need something that's about 600 calories. Let's see how we go. Let's see how this goes. Alright, so quick update. What I decided to do was to first off add to my lunch. I'm now also adding half a cup of broccoli that will be sauteed with the garlic, and then I will also, for my dinner, since I have the whole thing of guac in front of me right now, and it is gives me 46 teaspoons or tablespoons, pause. So I have 46 tablespoons, so that gives me about 8 for 6 days, and then the 6th day, that'll be my my food shopping day and my cheat day. So beyond, I also increased the vegetable oil to 2 tablespoons because I'm guessing that's more realistic towards what I'm actually going to use. And so that puts me to 326 calories short of what I'm supposedly needing. 10 calories short of carbs, 9 of fat, and then 25 of protein. So with that, I think I'm going to conclude. Because I can't really think of another way to get in anything else. Something that I could add is cheese in the breakfast on top of the omelet, or cheese on my dinner. So I guess we could try to find we'll add some mozzarella. And we are not adding a cup. We'll add like, God, I don't even know how much an ounce would be. We'll add a kilogram. Fuck, man. How's a kilogram of that even God. I guess we'll go with slices. I guess we'll add 3 slices. And then that. Whoa. Alright, I guess slices isn't what I thought. So I put in 3 slices, and it gave me 25,000 calories, almost all of it coming from fats and protein. So I guess we're going with tablespoons, and I guess we'll go with 5. And that puts it at a much less, just as not reasonable. Why is this happening? What the fuck is going on? How the fuck, what if I do 1? I don't even understand what they think. 1 tablespoon of mozzarella is 2,000 fucking calories? What are they doing to me here? Oh god. Alright. Alright, let's re-add our mozzarella cheese. I guess we'll go with this one. We'll go with 1 ounce. Let's see what the fuck that gives us. Alright, cool. So that gives us 100 calories, 8 of fat, 9 of protein, and then that puts us 200 short. We'll sit with that because I'll probably end up eating like a cookie or 2 or some shit like that. So we're 9 short of our carbs, we're 16 short of our protein, which I wanted to be a little bit short of because I think 184 is a little high. And we have 1 of fat. So let's bring this all together. So now we are 47 minutes in, and we are going to go over what a 3,444 calorie diet is going to look like for a 195-pound male trying to stay consistent while doing moderate level of activity every day for so currently I'm sitting at 16% body fat. I am 6 foot, like 5'11" and a half. And we're going to start with breakfast. So it's going to be the omelet. So you have 3/4 a cup of the almond milk with 4 eggs, 1 cup of broccoli, with 85 grams of sweet peppers, and then on the side of that we're going to have a medium-sized peach, and then about 1 cup of honeydew melons. So that breakfast is going to put us at 508 calories, has 42 calories, 42 grams of carbs, 21 of fat, 33 of protein, 514 of the sodium, a lot coming from those eggs, and 32 grams of sugar. So that'll be post practice. That'll probably be right before I'm going to my class in the morning. So I have a 6 a.m. practice. I'll go home and eat, or I'll make this beforehand and eat, and then because it doesn't really take too long to make an omelet, I could be eating the pre-cut melons and the peach beforehand, and everything can already be pre-cut. Broccoli can be pre-cut, the peppers can be pre-cut, and so whatnot. So it doesn't really take too long to make that. So even if you don't have 6 a.m. practice and 8 a.m. class, you could always just fit that in. So moving on to lunch. So we have the 2 sweet potatoes baked. We have the 1 cup of the sauteed kale and the garlic. We have the 1/2 cup of the broccoli sauteed in the garlic. We have the 6 ounces of tofu, and then we have the 2 servings of the protein shake. That puts us at 1,338 calories for lunch, with 217 grams of carbs, 21 of fat, 82 of protein. Our sodium's pretty high here at about at 1,215, and the sugars are high here at 72. The Gatorade recovery protein definitely needs to be changed with a better choice. Right now I just don't have that choice because I already bought it because it was on sale, because you know that's how it is. And then finally the dinner. We have the cup of black beans, cup of the jasmine rice. We have 5.5 ounces of the baked chicken. We have half a cup of salsa, which I think is overshooting the sodium because you can make that at home, or you could buy a fresh one that doesn't have to be the regular type of Tostitos salsa. You could get a healthier option all the time. And then we have the full 3.5 ounces of red bell pepper. We have the red onion. We have 8 tablespoons of guac, 2 tablespoons of the vegetable oil, and then 1 ounce of the mozzarella cheese, which puts us at 1,083 calories with 114 carbs, 85 fat, 41 protein, with sodium being high mainly from the guac and mainly from the salsa. But again, if you make those at home or if you find a healthy alternative, those can drastically drop. And then we only have 12 sugars in this because there's not a lot of the fruits that I'm about to name off in my snacks. So throughout the day, orange slices, super easy. You fucking cut up your orange, you throw that shit in the bag, you eat slices throughout the day. We've got something for probably when I come home and I'm hungry. 6 ounces of the baby carrots with the little packet of hummus that I'll probably be buying for on the go. We have a 1/4 cup of the mixed nuts, which is nice because it gives you like a full range of the amount of that you could be buying, so you don't have to just be stuck sitting there eating fucking peanuts or walnuts or whatever nuts you buy. And then we have an apple. So the snacks puts us at 515 calories, 77 being carbs, 21 being fats, 12 being protein, and 378 being the sodium, a lot coming from the hummus and a lot coming from the carrots, and then 41 grams of sugar because it's a lot of mainly just coming from those fruits. So that at the end of the day has us at 3,444 calories, 450 grams of carbs, 122 grams of fat, 168 grams of protein, which is a nice ratio for me because I don't like that 2 grams of protein per kilogram, which is what the MyFitnessPal put me at. It is at 168, which is something that I'm more comfortable with, especially because it's not so much from the plant. I mean, it's more from the plants, less from limiting the amount of animal products I put in to reduce risk of cardiovascular disease, type 2 diabetes, and a whole bunch of other jazz that you could always find somewhere else. So like I was saying, the sodium could be drastically reduced. Has me at almost 4,000 here. The aim is for 2,300. I think everyone in America pretty much overshoots their sodium. So be it. It's hard to escape in here in this country from a lot of sodium. But this is me doing the best I can, also with the opportunity to decrease it by varying methods of getting the different resources of foods that I have in here. And then I'm overshooting my sugars by about 19 grams of sugar with 157 grams. So at the end of the day, it's a nice amount of calories, especially if you're not a super high worker and I don't know what after making this, I don't know how much I really put into my body, but I can already tell that it is not anywhere close to this. So as long as it's a hard work every day of the week, putting in that time of in the classroom, out of the classroom, as well as your own personal drives, as well as your own money making schemes, this should be consistent for the first step onto making a consistent, balanced diet to hopefully one that's cheaper. Again, it's just a lot of fruits and vegetables. Trying to limit, like even my protein replacements to tofu. You can buy those 3 packets of tofu for $6, and that'll last you the week for lunch. You need to buy maybe 1 pack of the chicken. That'll be $10. You could buy all this stuff frozen too, but that's gonna increase your sodium. Eggs are pretty inexpensive. The almond milk is something that you can replace. I don't like regular milk because I've seen the videos of what they do to cows, and I'm not about that. That scares the shit out of me. So fuck that shit. I'll go with almond milk. And then beyond that, black beans, fucking $1 for a can. Jasmine rice, I mean, shit, man, it's gotta be like maybe $20 for like a pack that looks like a fucking suitcase. The salsa could be something that is more expensive if you buy it pre-made. The guac is something that could be more expensive bought pre-made. But really, the hummus could be something that's more expensive, especially by the little packets. Alternatively, you could buy little Tupperwares. Tupperwares are life. Then you could just pack it into the little Tupperwares, split it out for the week. Same thing with the guac. Guac you could put into the fridge. It freezes, but it doesn't really freeze to the point where, it's going to become watered down and stuff like that. As long as you're using it I typically use it within a week, so you could use it within the week. So at the end of the day, that is the process of going through this. Obviously, get in at least 8 cups of water a day. And then, just keep fucking working hard. You heard? So any variations of this will be, I'm going to post this onto the Instagram at BuffsBrain. And hopefully people will see this, appreciate it, and be able to utilize it, just like how I'll be able to utilize it. So I'll do a meal prep of this. I'll be able to figure out how many of each I'll need for the week, and then the meal prep video will eventually come out. So deuces.